So I've had the Hasselblad 500C for a year now, and I thought I'd share my opinions on the camera. The Hasselblad is a medium format camera and it shoots 6x6 negatives. It takes 120 film and you get 12 shots per roll, which is nice. This is also my first and currently only medium format camera that I do own. So when I was researching medium format cameras, the thing that stuck out about the Hasselblad was the durability. The 500cm was released in 1970 and was in production for about 24 years. So that means if you do own one, your camera is between 26 and 50 years old and is probably still in great condition. It is an SLR camera with a waist level viewfinder, which does actually take some time to get used to. When looking through the viewfinder, the image is reversed, so when you move one way, you're actually moving the other way. And if you really just don't like the waist level viewfinder, you can buy a prism and then just attach it to the top here, so you can hold it up to your eye and the image isn't reversed anymore. So you do actually have a couple lens options for the camera. There's a 40mm, a 50mm, an 80mm, and a 150mm. And then there's also two extension tubes as well, a 21 and a 55. Mine came with an 80mm lens, and usually I like a wide lens, but for me the 80 just works perfectly with the way that I shoot. You also have the option to buy different backs, so if you want to switch between different films or quickly reload, you can. And the most important thing when you are switching between films is this piece of metal. So this is a dark slide, and it is the only thing that is protecting your film if you take the back off on purpose or accidentally mid-roll. You also can't take a picture with this in, so when I first got the camera, it took me a while to get my composition set, and then finally when I was ready to take my picture, I couldn't because I didn't take the dark slide out, so I had to redo the whole composition all over again. So far I've really only shot portrait for 100 on this, but the pictures I do get from it are amazing. They're not super grainy images, but you can still obviously tell that they're film. And I do also have a love-hate relationship with the 6x6 format. Most of the time I'm like, this is perfect and everything that I want is in the frame and there's no negative space. But then other times I'm like, 6x6 just isn't big enough, or this just won't look good square. Now if you're not sure about the 6x6 format, I would recommend getting a different camera because the least you'll be paying for one of these is $1,000. But like I mentioned, this thing is built like a tank, so you won't have to worry about spending all that money just for it to end up breaking. It's also kind of heavy, so you'll probably have some trouble if you want to try and travel with this thing. But you will also get a lot of compliments with this, whether it's from other photographers or just random people, because this is a beautiful looking camera. So yeah, those are my opinions on the Hasselblad 500cm after having it for a year. If you do like 6x6 and have the money, I'd recommend this camera just maybe for the sound the shutter makes alone. Forgot the dark side again. Like, how could you just not love that sound? Like I mentioned, this is my first medium format camera, and I'm really glad that it was because I love the images that I get out of this thing, and it also helped me be more interested in film photography than I already was.